Hi, it's Ellie. So in this week's video, I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about Google and the studies that they made to understand what were the most important behavior for successful managers. And I also wanted to discuss about the importance of coaching your team, because you will see that those topics are related to each other. So Google is a very inspiring company. They've done a lot of study to really understand what makes a great manager. In 2008, they started a project called Oxygen, where they analyzed more than 10,000 managers' performance, the performance of their team, looking at all the data to try to identify what makes a successful manager, what makes a highly performing team. And they've came up with the top 8 behavior for their most successful managers. And 10 years after, in 2018, they've done the same study again, trying to see if there was any changes. And they came up with actually now the top 10 behavior. And the number one behavior that they've discovered is that to be a successful manager, you need to be coaching your team. So you need to coach your team. And you'll also be surprised to know that your technical skills, or the technical skills of the manager, is only coming in number 10. Meaning that you being an expert in what your team is doing has nothing to do with your ability to really be the best manager, or at least it's ranked number 10 compared to all the behavior before the soft skill that are way in front of that. So what does that mean to coach your team, and how can you start to include that into your management style? So coaching in general is all about asking open questions to help the coachee, find his own solution. So really helping them to have this growth mindset, change behavior, and also find your own solution to really grow. So as a manager, when somebody is coming to you with a problem, you have two options. The option one, they're coming to me with a problem, I'll give the solution, they go back and they continue working. It's a very fast track kind of management, but it also doesn't build the team enough. So they are always going to depend on you. Each time they're going to have a problem, they're going to come to you for the solution. So you're not preparing them to the next step. You're not helping them to think by themselves. You're not building this growth mindset or this ability for them to solve their own problem and to take more and more complexity with what they are doing. So the second option is, if somebody is coming to you with a problem and now you want to go into coaching, then you're going to ask them a question to help them find the solution by themselves. So you know the solution, but you're not going to give it to them. You're going to ask another question that will help them find their way through to the solution. So coaching questions are open questions. So questions that you usually don't answer by yes or no. They are usually questions that start with how or what. So something that will make your team member think. Something that will open his mind and put him on the way to find the solution. So I really wanted to help you include some coaching questions into your management style. So I've designed something very special for you. So it's the top 10 questions to boost the performance of your team, because I wanted to give you some ideas of coaching questions. What does that mean to coach my team, and how do I use those questions, and can you give me some examples? So I've prepared 10 questions that are the most that you can use most of the time. You can use them in a one-on-one with somebody from your team to really help them to go to the next level on their job, or to really help them to prioritize their job, or help them to find solution for what they are doing. But I've also divided them into sections, for example, prioritization or productivity. So if you want to help them maybe improve their productivity, instead of saying what they need to do, maybe you can help them with some coaching question to make them think about what they are doing, because it has more power if they think by themselves and they can find the solution by themselves. So it's very easy, it's free, it's a gift from me to you to really give you some ideas of really good coaching question that you can use anytime. There's also a section that will help you to learn more about your team. So how to ask the question to understand what they like to do, what really excites them, or maybe the things that they are the least favorite for them, and maybe some of the things that can be a problem on their day-to-day job. So really to try to connect and understand better your team. If you want to receive this, so if you think this can be helpful for you and you want to receive this, it's completely free. You just go to happymanaging.com/10 coaching questions and put your email there, and you will receive that directly from me. Bonus points, if you join this list, you will also receive every Wednesday my coaching video directly in your inbox. So you're never going to miss them. You don't have to look for them. They're going to come directly. I'm going to come directly to you in your inbox. And I wanted to announce also that I'm preparing for the summer more training and more leadership coaching and training for you guys, like free tools and a little bit more longer participation workshop for some of the topic in order for you to dive into, for example, self-confidence or mindset. So I'm preparing all that behind the scenes. So if you are joining the team, you will also be the first one to know whenever I do a special workshop or a special training. So using coaching question is really the most powerful thing that you can do to become like a very successful Google manager. So start to think about how you can include some of the open question and start to help your team find their own solution in order for them to grow. One thing that is really important is when you're going to ask a question, you also have to stay silent and listen for the person. Let the time for your team member to really think about it and come up with the answer. Don't be too quick to give the answer if they don't find it right away. Sometimes because you're developing this skill, it's going to require a bit of time for them to really start to build this muscle of finding their own solution and grow their mindset. So be patient. Of course, if it doesn't come, you can always help them with the answer, because you're building something for the future. So be patient, ask your open question, help them to find their own solution for the future, and just develop this skill in them so that you can prepare them for maybe the growth that you're going to have in the department, or a more successful and more performing team. All right, I hope that helps. So I'll put the link of this coaching tool in the description box here, so you can have that. And it's free just from me to you, to help you. And I hope this is helping you guys. And I'll see you next week. Bye.